push down towards that slope and look for kills. And if he can get good timings there, he can really hinder Mousesports' play, and they really like to try and get control of that area.
One thing I have to say I've noticed about the T side of NIP is that it seems like they do really like to get that when the opposing team has, let's say NIP win the first round, and you've got a weaker CT economy when they have their first buy round. On low economy CT, I feel like NIP love to run those contact plays down middle really fast, just as you mentioned. So that's something I really want to see. But we're into the pistol, and it's going to be time for a quick long take here from NIP straight away.
So Spiddy is on the A site by himself, actually. Mousesports have gone for a 3-man push in B tunnel. And this is a problem for NIP because now Mousesports have control of the mid area. And if the Swedish team go for the split, which it looks like they will do, then they could get popped from Nico. But that's a perfect flash to start things off. They will realize late, but that smoke is still up and will do enough. So now it's a 1 versus 5 on the A site, and it will have to be abandoned by the CTs. We're looking at a 5-man retake. Bomb being thrown over to the side. And NIP are going to let go of short for the time being. Chris J, though, off to a good start. Pit gets wrecked. Changing position. Now, Exist is planting the bomb for the platform plants, but all the jewels are going the way of the CTs. They don't have enough men to take long now. Oh dear, this is a bad pistol run for Nip.
They got the bomb down at least. That's something. I mean, it still means that they can kind of actually do something and get the pressure on in a timely manner, as opposed to having to wait 2 rounds to really have a round to stop Mousesports. So, despite losing the first round, they got the bomb down, right? That's not too bad.
They got their heads blown off.
They did get fully wrecked,
they basically had 5 players alive and control of the bomb site, but I don't know who was the player who threw the C4 towards the slope, but he seems to have not had a good and strong launch because that was too weak, and Chris J got the kill on 5th. But we see NIP decides to go for a force buy.
Versus double scouts, double UMP. Can they make it up short though?
And no Molotovs as well, interestingly. Favouring a lot of flashbangs, that's really interesting to me.
Yeah, so it looks like they're going to try and blind the players and get a second bomb plant. 3 smokes as well. Got the high smokes, the low flashes, and the slope flashes. So they had in with a very good chance of making it to the site, but the HE is going to be not going to be money actually. No kills over there. So here we go. The bomb plant goes down, and again it's the CTs on a retake. Molotovs to take down Freiburg. Looking to push through the smoke. Some CTs will pass him. Oh, is that the M4 as well? It is. Only the UMPs are remaining. Next has got 16 HP. Next is down. 2 versus 1 now. Spiddy at range of UMP to fall off on the damage. It's going to be terrible. Pit's got a scout in spawn. And he's got full Kevlar, of course. So that is a problem. Spiddy looking to engage. He does have a kit, but Forrest might see him now. As soon as he engages Pit, surely Forrest is going to face him. Forrest not revealing his position just yet, coming in from the back finally, taking his time, and that is a glorious victory for NIP in the second round.
Yanka looks pretty dejected right now, James, because Mousesports just lost the pistols. A recurring theme.
This is not Mousesports making a big mistake. I feel that just Pit had incredible timing and realized he has to go for a play, otherwise his team is just going to lose the round. So great presence of mind for Pit to take a risk when it was needed, and this time it paid off for him. Unfortunate for Mouse, but that's just Counter-Strike sometimes. There's not much you can do, and we see 2 of the players buying Deagle and armor, going for a full force, but the rest of the players not opting for it.
That was a lot of carnage for Mousesports to deal with if you consider there were 3 people in CT. Pit walked past 2 of them in the smoke, killed 1 player. 1 had 14 HP, went down. Meanwhile, 2 other CTs went down elsewhere as well. Such is life.
And that also is a really good round, even if they just get 2 or 3 kills in the bomb plant, which with the setup that they had, it does look fairly likely that that's usually something that's going to happen because it's at a time when there's not going to be an AWP out on the map, which is probably one of the reasons why they have that strategy in the books. And I know that NIP did work on quite a few Dust 2 strategies that they've recently shown at LAN as well. And that might have been one of them. And so, yeah, just, as Yanka said, very unlucky timing. And Mousesports need to make sure they don't lose their composure. Because as you put yesterday, the most scary thing for Mousesports is well, the only thing that can really truly tilt them is themselves.
I mean, they were obviously on tilt after that round because look, Nico and Dennis, who Force bot, they're the two players who don't have enough money for a buy, while the rest of the team could buy here with M4s and just Keller. Now they're forced to go for another, now they go for pistols and armor, and I just feel that probably Nico and Dennis were a bit on tilt after that loss and just bought impulsively. So not a good sign for Mouse, definitely.
Again, NIP just going for a fast play where they have guns and they shoot people. And it appears to be working. Now, Chris J could go for the hero play when the bomb gets planted on default. Just run through. But instead he just kind of chose to sacrifice himself. And down goes the bomb. On double stack, in fact, which is nice. Always something to be scared of is CT's running through the double doors when you plant the bomb on defaults. Nico's looking for the value play of the knife where he was.
Do you have a lot of nice setups on this round, on this map, James? Must be hard on us too, to have nice setups. But I know that you must have some.
Yeah, there are a number of knife setups around the mid area, mid through to lower tunnel. Mid, if the T smoke off mid, and you can walk through the mid and stand on the CT side of Xbox. There's a place in the corner, next to Gandalf, the other corner, the corner of the wall, if you just face the wall there. Sometimes people don't see you in that position as well. Pushing long doors as a CT. I could go on that.
Yeah, I know. there's no time. Just make a video of all of them, compile them. Or do one a week, James, release one a week. Release that dirty knowledge. But we have the AWP on Chris J, so Mousesports with a respectable buy going in their hands this time, so time to fight back. Had some dodgy rounds, but this doesn't have to be dodgy at all. We've got Chris J on the A side. They've given up long, and NIP are just going to take a full advantage of that, and they'll position Forest and get right there. In fact, the entire team coming now with the bomb as well, so it looks like they actually just want to straight up split and push the bomb site. And if they get the kill onto Chris J, that is going to be so hard for Mousesports to deal with.
So far, so good for the CT side. And again, Chris J is going to be the problem person, but that smoke is a really nice one for NIP, and they're not going to commit to cross it too fast, just in case the CTs choose to push, perhaps. Trey's coming in, Chris J still alive, and that's a problem for the T's. Pit just about not getting their angle onto Nico's face. 2 CT, 2-man spray down for Exist. Now things come straight back to equal terms. And our question for NIP is, where is Chris J? They know where Nico is. But where is Chris J? And he's
This
one of his
is
teammates.
it's so cool, isn't it, for in NIP's position, because they have just enough time to basically do whatever they want. If they do want to go for full rotation, then they have that ability to do that. And Forrest is going for that. He's going all the way around here, and you can see that Exist is in a position where he's just watching for rotation. So they realize that both players are on the A side of the map here, because Forrest is running all the way, and Exist is holding that middle area. So NIP obviously have much more information in their setup. The shot across the gap is missed, and Chris J now very, very wary that there could be a player coming in from the doors, and it's Forrest now in from the double doors of the B site, and Exist with the perfect timing as a distraction from Forrest comes in, and that is the round from NIP.
I mean, Mousesports there, they gave up control of long, but they also gave up Cat. You could see that Chris smoked off Cat once he was in the bomb site, and you can't really do that. He has nowhere to go. You see that he was starving. It was a great job from him to get a kill and manage to escape with his life, but in the end, NIP just outplayed Mousesports in that 2v2 with the rotation towards the B bomb site and forces Mousesports on another eco.
It's great that Exist let the first one go past as well. Because I think most people in that situation are just going to go for the frag immediately, but makes it easier to kill the second and then flank the first if your teammate doesn't take him down straight away. So a great start here for NIP. Another eco, of which there have been a fair few for Mousesports. Not much they can do here, but hope that Nico can pop some heads. And again, it's the entire team moving together, 5-man on roads. Dropping the bomb on the floor though, and Nico may have heard that if he was in position. Maybe he heard it anyway as he was rotating. Forced away from the box, the NIP Molotov, I think we can call it at this point. Well, off to a good start, running out of bullets, and it's time to close the distance. Exist going to come close while Forrest holding the angle. The CTs with flashes though, down to 3 versus 3, but Mousesports have no nades remaining, and they can't get close to any of these weapons just yet. Nico's finally gone down, but Dennis is answering straight back. So 2 versus 2. Problems for the team. Forrest with a crucial frag onto next, leaving Dennis alone. And it seems he's had enough, or has he?
I feel like, there's a lot of times in that situation when if you let Nico get 15 shots with an eagle, he's going to kill your entire team. I feel like statistically, the odds are quite probably there that your entire team dies. So I think they're kind of lucky.
What's the money on the team? What do you think, Yanka? Because I think that Dennis, I mean, the bomb's just gone down. He's got it 1 versus 2 with an AK. I think he should go for it.
Problem is he has no utility, no armor. The T's have control of long as well. They know where he is, so the plan was for long, and it's really hard for him to make anything happen. Even if he had all the utility, it would still be a hard round for him. So I think he also wants to calm things down maybe a bit for his team. They get an extra 40 seconds to just relax and for everyone to calm down a little bit, because they are not having a good start at all here.
I forgot Forrest had an AWP actually, which is not helpful to a man with a gun and no armor or nades or teammates or kits or anything else. NIP moving quickly up short now. Nico's thinking, oh, okay, hello. Nico says no. Nico says, he says no. He closes the gate on your face. That is not the start NIP wanted. How do you recover from this? They've got time to try and figure something out, but going to need some individual performances straight back now. And Nico's still there. He's waiting.
And he sort of has the read on GetRight's play as well. There's not much he can do about it, but it's quite cool that he has that read, that GetRight's put the smoke down to play behind it. And looks like NIP might try to shift things towards B a little bit, depending on what happens with GetRight here. Obviously, they're very split up, and in a situation like this, you have to have individual plays work out. GetRight might be onto something right now. Gets a lot of damage onto Chris J. Chris J whiffing the shot, and he's onto the bomb site. So now the bomb will go and follow GetRight, but Nico's there, ready to pop more heads, and there it is. Just like he started the round, he's going to take one more frag in exactly the same position as it leaves just Forrest and GetRight. But GetRight does get the trade, though, so there is still possibilities here now that he's picked up the bomb. GetRight has been standing on the A site for so long in this round. And he does get the kill. Sorry, the bomb plant.
Forrest trying to hold down the short position. Got a P250 as well, so can play the close quarters engagements, but he will be afforded the long ones. Down goes next. GetRight just needs to focus on long, but now he's got to focus on more areas because Forrest has gone down, didn't have the angle on Chris J. And great work done by Nip in recovery, all things considered. Mousesports surviving with 3 players. Picking up an AWP as well, already continuing with 1.
If Forrest hits that second shot, the round is much closer. Great play by him to jump into towards mid and then towards CT, because Mouse wasn't expecting that at all. They just thought he was going to run up Cat. So great idea, lacking on the execution. Still, Mousesports, of course, needs consecutive rounds here. So this round is crucial for them so that their money situation doesn't get reset.
And it looks like NIP will go with a fairly swift default, actually. You see Pitt more or less just going straight up with Freiberg towards Catwalk, and Chris is there in a great position. Easy frag, gets all day to find that one, and he falls back. It's untradeable, and that is why it is so strong with an AWP to play that spot. Now, as that fast cat play has been kind of blown up for NIP, now they have to reconsider things a little bit, and you can see that they're just going straight towards upper dark here. It wouldn't surprise me if they just try to go for the B split here, but that will be hard because there is a player set up from Mousesports into the kind of anti-B split box in CT spawn already. That is Nico. Again, that is very wall bangable, but not enough teams really showing that knowledge.
What is that?
Nice peek there, just using the lip on the archway to get himself an unpredictable trajectory. And it looks like actually Freiberg's going to get out mid after all. Forrest with the bomb down. And now a 2 versus 2 situation. Chris J! That's a crazy shot there. Clipping Freiberg in the head through the side of the wall there. And now Forrest has to come out. And he's taking matters into his own hands. What? That looked completely dead on. But Forrest, he's going to have to get it done with the AK-47 now. Switching up. He hasn't, I don't think, been feeling too hot with that AWP. And maybe that is just fate confirming it. Now has to play against Chris J and Spitty, both with rifles as Chris J swaps out. that bomb ticking away. Lots of time's gone on the bomb here, so Forest in quite a winnable position, but Spitty is going to go all Super Mario on Forest, jump on his head, and that's going to be the round for Mousesports.
Magic flash from Chris J does it for Mouse, and again, Forest, if he hits that shot, he has a much bigger chance of winning the round for NIP, but wasn't meant to be this time around. It's really important, if you're an A player, it's really important to know all the best flashes you can have for a retake towards B, right? And vice versa. You need to be, that's another skill set that you need to have as a player, right? If he just throws a random flash over the wall, Forrest is probably just blinded for half a second. He gets that kill on Speedy, and then he can, then he has a much bigger chance to win a 1v1 than he would have had to win a 1v2.
There's a drain on the floor you stand on to make that perfect flash near the bottom of the ramp towards B. Check it out at home. Become a fan of drains. Become one with the drain.
Like the Ninja Turtles, James.
More like Splinter.
Splinter, okay.
Turtles are pretty slow, and one needs to be fast on the retake. Okay. So we have some counter flashes coming out for Dennis, but he's going to get wrecked by Exist. Next coming in to do what he can here. Can he get any more spray down? No, he can do some damage, but that's about it. Nika coming in to try and finish things off here. That's a fast frag for him. He gets out of there as well, gets back in again. Get right goes down, running out of bullets, and Forrest to finish him off. Down to 2 versus 2, and the CTs are miles away from this bomb site.
Talking about magic flashes, that wasn't one by Dennis.
The magic had fizzled out. No W. McGee for his Paul Daniels. CT's coming in for the retake, it seems, although a little bit slow. Chris J nowhere near the site just yet, but they've got time on their side, but they don't have the numbers, and Chris J will Scarpa. Again, they won the rounds, they didn't win the second one. He needs to hold on to his AWP.
And NIP hits great timing on that B push, because Nex was going towards mid. I think him and Nico wanted to check mid together. But at that point, NIP goes for the push, and Dennis is alone to hold the B bomb site, misses that flash. And you can see how close Nex and Nico were. They both run through the door because they want to catch NIP off guard, and they do a decent job at trading kills. But in the end, that kill onto Speedy from Freiburg in the upper B sealed the fate of Mousesports in that round. And now they're on a sketchy bye with a 5-7, a UMP, but an op on Chris J.
But we get played straight into lower dark here from Mousesports. Speedy is going to find his way in after some flashbangs, but there is a nice setup there to deal with it. And it looks like NIP are they going to deflect this? Looked like they were good for it, but all of a sudden, 2 players very weak, one taken out, and Mousesports take it back into their own hands. But I mean, in a 4 versus 4, they're not going to be very happy with that. But it's a bit risky to try to follow up here. Nico only has a 5-7 as well. Good nade there. Bit of damage onto Get Right. Next has to be careful with his timing for that UMP. And Get Right just knows that with the timing of that grenade thrown, he can get the easy frag. And now they explode onto that B bomb site. What are Mousesports going to do? Do they just go for the save here? Dennis is really weak. And oh dear, Nico's going to die straight away. So absolutely got to save that AWP on Chris J and get out of there.
It was a good decision for Mousesports to go for the push initially, right? When you have a weak buy, you need to take a risk somewhere, you need to gamble. But again, they have problems holding that B bombs, and this is where the mind games start coming in, right? So if Mousesports tries to put more people towards the B bomb site to have an easier chance of defending it, where probably NIP expects exactly that, and I wouldn't be surprised if they fake a B split or go for a fast A split or just an A execute, knowing that the most likely reaction now from Mouse in the next time round will be to put more people towards that B bomb site.
Well, it is a gauntlet round for Chris J in the sense that he must survive. He needs to traverse this map and hold on to this AWP.
Well, I hope that's what happens, Chase. I hope he doesn't just sacrifice it. We've seen that before from Mousesports, where the AWP is just lost immediately, but they actually go for a boost over the smoke. That is really smart. That's actually super smart.
Yeah, the fact that it's the one to suggest maybe people are going B, maybe they're not. Maybe we're stacking a site, or maybe we just don't want to get shot.
I mean,
I haven't seen it used for that purpose before.
Because also, in a round like this, it's very likely NIP can run down mids in through suicide as well. But they're running that anti-eco, and it's looking pretty glorious so far. Nobody's dead. But will ChrisJ save the AWP now? That's the question.
He's on the run. The cop's got guns, as the Ghostface lyrics go. But the bomb's only just gone down. And he's spotted, and he's got half his HP. So he's got problems, Dan.
Indeed, he has. And that was. I mean, NIP knew that he was going to try to save that. So, you know, ChrisJ ran away. Sometimes in these spots, you know, you get some time to chill out. You know, you can maybe check the score Esports while she's just chilling there. But there was no time for checking the scores, James.
Available on iOS App Store, Dan, and also the Google Play Store.
There was no time for such things. It is fast assault from NIP, and I wonder if they'll keep the same pace here. Looking to go for that long take, so it does seem like the pace will continue.
Charge comes out into long from many players, a great many players. But Spiddy will have time to retreat. So you can see aggressive positioning from Mousesports over towards the short position, and they know they need to push it now because they have lost long. You don't want to be in a situation where NIP are going for the split. This is for Car, the Car position. Pit's been on Reddit. He's been watching the internets, learning the nades. So we've got the man them on long, and ChrisJ with some semblance of support.
Uh-oh.
And now he's dead. He is all the way dead. He's extremely dead. And Mousesports are not in a good situation right now. There's a Molotov and a bunch of flashes onto NIP as well. They're going for the bad plant from a CT's perspective. Down goes Nico as well.
Save.
And the command has come in. Then it's still moving forward though. I don't know where ChrisJ's AWP is. Oh, indeed, they will retreat.
That was a really smart play from NIP, figuring out that there are no CTs towards the long area. They assume that ChrisJ is going to hold passively from the bomb site with an AWP, and you can see how they all hug the left side of the wall. So ChrisJ couldn't go for that wide peak, obviously, because he had no more flashes left. He would have been too exposed, and the smoke obstructed his vision a little bit as well. You could see that they pretty much walked up to the bomb site without him even being aware of it. So pretty simple, but a really great play from NIP.
And they hold on to all three guns, so that actually allows them to properly buy in this round. Of course, there won't be an AWP, but it's good to see that they did actually save all three weapons.
Properly, they can only drop FAMASes or scouts, so ChrisJ gets dropped a scout. Speedy did drop an M4, but he has a FAMAS and a flash, and why not ChrisJ?
It's ChrisJ with the scout, man. I'm telling you, that's a proper buy for ChrisJ.
So he did a vintage, that shot through the door earlier, that's just vintage ChrisJ. Haven't seen that for a while. Disgusting behavior.
And he's got the great spot with the end. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's obviously a 6 spot for the AWP because it's a one-shot kill to the torso or the head, of course. But ChrisJ is going to find nothing but heads with that scout. It's basically a more mobile AWP for ChrisJ, James, because they're all headshots. Headshots for days from ChrisJ with that scout play. Is he going to get any more here? Another shot coming in. Doesn't get the frag with that one, but it's a 4 versus 2 here for Mousesports. So ChrisJ coming up massive for the team. Another tag coming in. Gets the finish as well.
No.
Just solo killing the entire team by himself with that scout. He's got the 4 frags already. Bunch of teammates coming in for the final kill onto Freiburg, and they're going to get it easily. ChrisJ is a beast. What are you going to do? What can you do? You can't do anything.
Yanko, please analyze that. Thanks, Yanko.
Insert cricket sound, please.
I wanted the ace.
What can you say after that one?
Yeah, that's just pure, just oozing individual talent with a round like that, and there is nothing you can do about it.
And it's exactly what Mousesports need. They need these hero individual players to claw their way back into the game.
And it needs to come from more than Nico. So NIP, bit of a shock, bit of a slap in the face there with a wet fish. But they still have money to buy. They've had success. They've had glory. They've had petals laid before their feet. They've had the grapes on the sunbeds, on the lounges. But now it's all been taken away. by the likes of Chris J.
And Mousesports have adjusted their setup too. They're playing, 2 on long again, and 1 on the bomb sites. And NIP, they're not going to be messing around with long. In fact, just harassment into A. But they can always go for the cat drop play. But actually, we'll see the set piece with that Molotov on top of the box, which should try to foil Nico. But he's in the smoke, gets the frag there before being traded, and Chris J, because of Nico holding that position, is able to buy time for Chris J, but still he'll go down in the end, and it'll be positive trades here for NIP, giving them a 3 versus 2 situation. Mousesports are in really troubled times, especially because of Get Right in this lurking position. They must sense that surely there's got to be a person playing this sort of a position, but no, not in time at least, and Get Right picks up a crucial frag, and Next has to 1 versus 3 now.
He's stuck. Yeah, right. Could be in CT. Could be anywhere. Could be absolutely anywhere. And this is troublesome because if Next goes back to mid, then Get Right can pop out in lower tunnel or top mid, and Next has to gamble on which one it's going to be. Get Right's taking the off angle. Oh, Next seems to be surviving for now, but it's the last round, and let's see what. Wow, Mousesports have been obliterated financially. How many rounds do Mousesports need?
16.
Thanks, Yanko. So we'll see if they can make it to 5 in the first half. 2 scouts, Nico and Chris J. Maybe there are more shenanigans to be had here.
Absolutely. 2 scouts, in fact. Nico on 1 now as well. And we get an aggressive push into Upper Dark here. This is going to kind of feel it out. Falls back to a safe position first, trying to wallbang that pillar. And nothing is going there, but they do get that initial kill onto Chris J, so one of the scouts is out of play. And NIP just playing very passively here. And there's a setup here on the long house for the CTs. They have a guy there who's ready to push Spiddy if he does get some of the sound cues that maybe he can get a flank, he can maybe make a play. And he's kind of reinforcing this idea by playing in front of the smoke, maybe encouraging a T to come in, or to feel like it's safe and no one needs to watch that area. So Spiddy trying to be smart here. Mousesports do need something pretty huge to go their way. They're going to stack 3 players towards the B bomb site. So Mousesports trying to cut all the corners they can right now to get this round 1. They desperately need this 5th round.
50 seconds for NIP to find out where these players are hiding. A bit of a slow flash over there. Saw Nico's own version of that yesterday as well. And indeed, it seems NIP are making the right decision with A. Next gets a kill onto Exist. Forrest is maimed as well, which will perhaps play a role going forward. Oh, Get Right can't look the wrong way. Bonus flash in as well. So the CTs retain control of long, but Forrest is not allowing them to get closer to short. Caught out of position as well. And this is looking good for Mousesports. They can upgrade their weapons. Indeed, Nico goes from a scout to an AWP, and they're in trouble. So, and Pit going for the gimmick from long. You can't really see this, although, yeah, Spiddy only has, he doesn't have the sniper rifle, so he is surely going to get wrecked by Pit here. Now Pit's alone versus 3, no kills for him. Many frags going Mousesports' way.
Yanko, the first thing I noticed there, Exist going for that peek on Xbox. That 1 versus 1, I mean, that's a pretty... That put his team in a bad position.
No reason to give Next that chance, right? You already passed. There's nothing he can do about you pushing Cat, so why do you go back and challenge him by yourself? A bit of an unnecessary risk, and yeah, surely it didn't help NIP, that's for sure.
Right. And I mean, this is a pretty brutal scoreline for Mousesports. As mentioned, they had a horrible start to this map, and
also an interesting thing is Forrest was now on the lurk. I mean, that's basically where he was stuck with the op, and you can see the difference between him and Get Right? Forrest is more aggressive in that sort of a spot. He gets the kill, but he gets traded pretty quickly, and that alleviates the pressure for Mouse from that whole area of the map, right? What Get Right manages to do most of the time is he plays it more safe, but once he lets himself known to the opponents, even if he doesn't get a kill, they are always need to look over their shoulders, right? Is he going to push now? When is he going to push behind us? It makes you uncomfortable when you go for the retake because you know he's somewhere out there.
It affects positioning and rotation because they're the threat levels.
Yes.
Yeah. Or you can just run out in there and get wrecked and wreck someone in the process. So we're going to see a situation now where it is down to the pistols, and Mousesports really need this one. Especially after that last start, they could really, really use a good start.
Yanko and Dana did weird things next to
I don't know
me.
what's going on, to be honest. I don't know what's going on.
Well, Mousesports looking to... Well, the bomb seems to be in mid, actually, which is somewhat rare. Get Right has taken the bomb down. It is going to be collected, but it's not a place where they want the bomb to be lost. Get Right looking to have a timely push through the doors and go for the retake here. Speedy not going to be ready for him, but Pit's going to steal the frag. And now they're looking for... oh, there's a teammate running distraction. And that is a clean round for the CTs. Get Right played it very well. The silenced USP coming in. And he was debating on Twitter recently whether he should use P2000 or the USP. I think it can be map dependent, but on that occasion, the USP paid dividends.
It does feel like NIP sort of saved up all the pistol rounds that they were going to win and just put them into this game, because they've won 3 and lost 1 so far. So that is a significant improvement for them lately. And here you go, we got NIP receiving that long challenge. And so far, so good with these SMGs. Probably going for the re-peek there. Might want to play a little bit more cautiously, but he has some flashes, although that looked like a pretty raw peek there. And they're going to be losing people, just challenging onto this angle. And all of a sudden, it's a 2 versus 2. Again, there's actually no armor on Chris J and Spitty, so NIP should be finding. They have the containment play. So Get Right is going to shut this down. And there it is. But a lot of raw challenges there on the corner, perhaps getting a bit greedy for frags.
Yes.
Yes.
All right then. So, James wants to leave me with the next eco round. I guess I'll take it.
It looks like an important round, then. I think you should cover it.
All right. Well, there's a Deagle on Spitty, so it's probably gonna be good.
You've got to trust the co-caster.
We got Freiberg in there with the MP9, and he's gonna find pretty much everyone. At least 2 more players, and it's gonna be carnage all over the place as these SMGs run rife on the map. And it's just Spitty left with that Deagle, looking for Mr. Juan. But will Mr. Juan come knocking? Juan he has decided not to visit us in this round. 13-5 NIP, 3 more needed, and their economy is looking great.
It's do or die, Dan. It is do or die for the Seaside right now. Chris J has a less than stellar spawn to peek mid or push long or do anything, much of anything. So Chris J is going to be smoking off the Xbox. So I expect the team will be moving over towards the short position 2 in B. I don't think there's anybody... Oh, indeed there is. Pit in CT spawn. So it's quite a standard setup here from NIP. And they're not going to be overly aggressive.
Absolutely. Just keeping it pretty chill for now, just taking some space, playing out the default. And Mousesports know now that they've got cat control, and also providing presence on cat always keeps questions in the mind of the CTs. Nico spots that there's no one in CT spawn. There's no one on the kind of B-split, anti-B split boost crate. Need to find a better name for that. And that means that the play into B is essentially the optimal play, just due to the fact that the rotation time is very long. But actually, we have a reaction here from NIP. They've sent a player kind of back and forth between CT and then back to slope now. So still that B split. It's going to be very strong here for Mousesports because of that rotation. If they get good flashes in here, Nico should just wreck everyone. He'll take the first frag. That might be all that's needed. He's got Chris J there for the peek onto the next player. Forrest trying to get into the upper dark. He knew that would be a good play to hold the retake or help the retake, but Mousesports play this round out very well.
They've got a lurker on short as well in Spiddy, and down goes Freiberg. Could this mark the end of the round, 4 versus 2?
Yes, James. This will be the end of the round, most likely. I think that NIP is going for the save. They're, looking at the big picture. Even though they have a lot of rounds to work with, they are forfeiting this round. They will have enough money to buy, but why make your economy worse than you have to, right? And this is what I was referencing in the pre-game, that Mousesports like to lurk out mid like this, right? Check the close positions first, and then they can either decide to fake a mid to be split or go for it, and we can see in that round NIP thought it was just going to be a fake. They were split up 3-2, and Mousesports had a lot of time to set up for that actual entrance into the B bombs. And you could see that Nico was waiting around for the flash for a good 2 or 3 seconds. So, and now NIP has another pretty good buy with Pit on the op.
Mousesports starting passive, as Mousesports do. Biding their time. Again, they've got that every round smoke onto short for Chris J, which will allow his team to take their initial aggression. Both the NIP players playing outside of B actually, so it seems they're expecting some aggression to come in. They've got 3 people basically with a crossfire in this CT position. Oh, the double face. Get Right's going to take all the frags there. Exist, going to try and use a distraction. They're trying to destroy Mousesports in mid, but the trades are going back and forth for both sides, 3 versus 3.
Yeah, what an adjustment there from NIP to kind of try to play against what Yanko was just talking about, that disposition that Mousesports have to favor that play, which had just worked as well, so why not do it again? Why not try to force NIP to try to adjust? And well, they did. But it's a 3 versus 3, so it's not like Mousesports came off too poorly in this situation. I mean, they actually sort of have the advantage here. As long as they can find a way to not sort of get wrecked by the AWP of Pits, then I think they're really good in this round to have a solid shot with advantages.
And I think this is also where Mousesports lack a little bit, but I'm going to let you guys do your thing because Freiberg's, okay, he's not going to push.
Is it because they're not moving fast enough?
No, they're not really that proficient at these mind games, right? Especially against NIP, which is a team that adjusts. You wanted to fake that mid control and run out of B with maybe 4 players, but the round is not over yet.
Well, Freiberg's on short, Freiberg's dead. So that is short and long in control of Mousesports for the time being. And they've thrown a Molotov. Mousesports Molotov short, and Spiddy couldn't run through the Molotov and then got shot with a pistol by Pit, which means the CTs have got control of short now. Vods coming in from slope, he'll get taken down though. 1 versus 2, Pit picking up the AWP.
Dangerous times here. Pit's very capable of this clutch, but he's going to decide better of it, going to save the AWP, and that goes again to what Yanko was saying before. I mean, Pit could try to do this. He has a kid, his time's got an AWP and everything, but playing it safe and making sure that they have a stronger chance in the next round.
If they really want to buy, he can drop a FAMAS and exist as well, but I think they're just going to go for some pistols and armor, perhaps. But yeah, what I wanted to say there is, if you know that NIP is a team that will probably react instantly to what you just did. They will adjust. They will not just keep repeating their setup if they lost a round with it. So what Mousesports should have done there, ideally, is maybe somehow just go for that fake of that mid control and bait that reaction from NIP and then just run towards the B bomb site with the majority of their team, which is something we see G2 do on their T side on Dustro.
I actually wanted to talk about G2 because I realized that actually maybe Nico and Shox should have a conversation, because Shox obviously is starting to lead G2 to success, and Shox obviously, well, G2 is quite similar to Mousesports in some ways.
They should have a conversation about making a team together then. That would be a sick team.
We've got problems towards B. Get Right holding the angle between Double Stack and Xbox. And we have a 1D. Now the question is, can Nico hold on to this weapon? They've got loads of time to wait, because undoubtedly CTs are eventually going to try and pick up this AK, and now the shots are starting to fly off for the CTs.
That was stellar from Nico. And now is going to allow them to play out the round more properly again. But there is actually a CT close to double doors. Don't think he's going to get a sneaky 1 versus 1. See, Nico's waiting for more peaks, and he's going to get exactly that. So Nico just eating up the team here with that AWP that was dropped by Chris J. And this should be fine now. It's just Forest on a Deagle. What's the worst that could happen?
Nico Weapon Disposal Service has got rid of the AK as well. So NIP will be wondering where that went. Dennis going to push it on his own, well on his own. Oh, Nex was so close to getting taken down there as well. Exist still alive, but he is not in the sight, now he's dead. Mousesports continue to close the gap here. 5 rounds now between these two sides.
And they're going for a double up on the T side, it seems, as well. Really want to apply that pressure early.
Yeah, seeing the peak from Freiberg, it wasn't Eco when he peaked on B, but that's the same peak that Dennis did and got wrecked by Chris J. So the This is what I'm talking about. I don't know that NiP can deal with double ops from Mousesports on NiP CT side. On the flip side, it's a different story, but I think specifically this way round, Mousesports with 2 ops are a significant problem.
This is interesting, James. If Chris J made himself known by shooting through the door, that may be prone the NIP to go for that dry pick with 2 of their players, right? Because they, oh, that's the one op. We are not in danger of peeking here. If there's a rifle holding, we probably win that because we have a 2v1 there. But they weren't aware of the double op setup, and Nico gets a kill there on Forest for free, basically. Because they didn't saw a flash, a smoke, a nade, anything. They were just going for the dry peek, and you wouldn't do that if you knew there was a chance of an op holding that angle.
Well, it seems Mousesports are headed towards the A bomb site. They can potentially go for the split later. There's nobody on long. Freiburg is all alone, and as the longer this continues, the more he has to be paranoid about people coming from ramp and from long. So he's kind of stuck here. Gets the frag onto Dennis, though. Another 1v1, but Spiddy will take him down. Pit in CT spawn. Man, disadvantage for NIP. They are in really bad positions, and they're going to instantly go for the save. Exist still susceptible to going down here, but Nico just doesn't have the right angle. That is I don't feel like they're going for it, but Pit caught in the middle of nowhere by Next coming in from top mid. So NIP definitely needing to save here. It should be good to save with these next 2 players, but again, Mousesports stringing some rounds together here. I mean, this may have looked like it was going to be a solid 2-0, but I don't know how many rounds NiP have even got on their CT side. 3 for 4 as this bomb explosion.
Mousesports just won their 4th round in the second half, and it feels like they won 6 or 7. The amount of effort they need to put into winning these rounds, but NIP manages to save both ops, and this is extremely dangerous for Mousesports. Now, even though the rest of the players will probably just buy some pistols, 2 ops on the CT side of Dust 2 can be everything you need, all you need to win the round.
And sometimes even 1, but we'll see the boost here. Pistolers being sort of the aid here for those AWPers, getting them into good positions, and got the take of long coming in from Mousesports. Freiburg's there with naught but a deagle. All these shots getting damaged and almost getting 2 kills with that deagle. Freiburg won't know that he connected with anything, but he almost killed 2 people. And now it's down to Mousesports to try to secure this long area and then build around out of it, because again, these AWPs are very, very dangerous. And because Mousesports don't have catwalk, oh my goodness, that was close. Bit of a haircut there. But because they don't have catwalk just yet and NIP still have control of it, NIP are going to get a lot of information, and Getr's going to feel very comfortable to take shots there. Freiburg playing close there, and it's a quick mid challenge for Pit, and I think Mousesports are lucky they didn't lose a man there.
I wonder how long Mousesports are going to take.
Yeah, I was going to say that they're going to take a long time to get towards B if that's what they went for, and it would have been detrimental for them because a single op can hold B pretty much by himself, but they are faking B and actually going for long, which is a much better decision, but they need to move now on long.
I think Freiburg, who was on catwalk, heard them, so they're not going to buy it initially at least. And the problem is the AWPers aren't really in position, so this is a great result for Freiburg with this deagle. He could do insane work. 2 frags out of Freiburg, looking for the 3rd, but he's not going to pick it up this time. But he's done enough for his team. Just get around and Pit left. Very hard to get. What?
Oh,
Getra gets into position with the pistol, and he's going to drop the bomb, and there's no time to finish the round. LAP may have done this. The Pit can survive in time. He's got 1 second, and he'll do it.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Chris missed the shot. He missed the shot.
How did Getra get there? That's crazy.
What do you say after that one?
Oh.
What a round to bring you to 14-9. Do you think that's going to tilt Mousesports? That's going to feel awful.
Man, this is just typical Mouse. They are playing well, they're coming back, and then a silly round, some indecisiveness, and it all falls apart. As you have a long push then.
Yes, we do. We got nades in there, and that's a really good HE. It may have actually just bounced away at the last moment, but NIP look good to hold on to this position, and a lot of resources have been invested here by Mousesports, and there's 3 players here for NIP. This is huge action. This round could be decided here at long.
Oh, this is where the CTs will fall, it seems, although it is a 3 versus 3. Freiburg putting in great work now, got himself another M4, switching to the pistol. There's no bullets already for anyone. Flash is coming in. Forrest just in time, coming in like MacGyver to save his teammate. 3 versus 1. The bomb is down in the middle of nowhere. And Spiddy is trying to face. Which way does he go? There's a song in there somewhere. More flashes coming in. Stuck behind blue. More flanks coming in. Nades, everything. Doom, gloom. The cheese is off, Dan.
That's a big problem. I mean, if you go for long initially, you have the spawn, you need to try and push through. You need to go through those smokes, you need to run through the flashes, because if you get bogged down around that blue container and the A house, the CTs are going to be there. It was after 10 seconds, the fourth player was already in Goose, expecting someone to push Cat. It was Forrest. He could have helped his team earlier, but he was expecting someone from Cat as well. And unfortunate for Mousesports now, they're on a really sketchy buy as they're facing match point here.
Yeah, this buy is not what you want. Just there, feeling out that pressure. Big play coming in from Mousesports straight through the doors into mid, using those nades to get position and to zone out exists, but in comes Get Right. He's not afraid, just facing these players all day, taking one after another down. 6 foot left. He's going to commit to until death. Does he part with that M4? But it looks like Mousesports actually fragging back here. NIP maybe playing a little bit too loose. And now Forrest is down there in the back of plateau. Gets naded out of position, but no, he thought there was a place to stand, but there wasn't. He does pick up a kill though. So giving his teammates a 2 versus 2. So it's all on this for Mousesports.
They haven't planted a bomb yet. That's a problem. There's only 2 of them, and Adam's only 1. 50 seconds left, and Nex has to fight here. He basically can't plant the bomb. Going for a fake. Tries to push out. Not going to happen though. 16-9. NIP 2-0. And I mean, Mousesports are not going to forget that round. That round where everything fell apart for them. The walls came crumbling down, and the White Walkers took them away. Then.
Yeah, that's a crazy best of 3. I mean, if we look at NIP, who are now qualified to go to Wembley, so NIP, if you're an NIP fan and you want to see them
like
at Wembley,
you are,
then wembley.csgoleague.com is where you go. Get your tickets, and you can see NIP playing at the Wembley Arena. But that's crazy. I mean, Mousesports get eliminated like that. This is maybe one of the stronger, or maybe the strongest playoff match we've seen out of NIP, because they've looked shaky the entire time. This time they won 3 of 4 pistols, so actually winning pistol rounds now as well. It's a different NIP, a different Mousesports. But yeah, what are your impressions here?
I think it's pretty crazy, Dan. If you were to miss this game, and if you just looked it up on the Score Esports app, which you can download at Google Play Store or iOS App Store, you would have thought, oh, Mouse just got crushed by NIP. It was probably an easy game for NIP. But actually, I felt that this game was much closer than the score shows. NIP had a good start on both maps in every half. We can see here that Mousesports did win the pistol round on the CT side, but they immediately lose the second round, and that's maybe even more detrimental than just losing pistols. So NIP, something that they couldn't probably make happen throughout these playoffs, they finally get a good start on both maps, and you can see how difficult it is to come back against them when they have that good start.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, generally speaking, we saw a lot of cool stuff out of NIP on Dust 2. They've been picking it more and more. I actually think that second round that we were talking about with that, where they got the bomb down on the pistol round that was lost, they got the again, they didn't have any Molotovs in there. They had lots of smokes and lots of flashbangs with the Tech 9s. That looked like a really drilled play that I haven't seen before from NIP.
Yeah, it was extremely efficient. It was a very efficient force buy. If they can make it to short, basically, then I think they're in. If you don't know how to react to that, having seen it in advance, then you could be in a lot of trouble, because there's a great chance of them. I mean, it's efficient in the sense that they give themselves the best opportunity to get close to the site and plant the bomb and force the CTs back. So, I mean, yeah, it was a very nicely run and won.